More than 20 years in the game. Do you remember what year you started?
Oh yeah, I remember that very well. It was like I think 1998, like 2000s, early 2000s.
Already. And early 2000s is when the book, The Game was released. You were mentioned several times in the book, The Game by Neil Strauss. How did you connect with Neil Strauss all those years ago?
Yeah, I think the book came 2005 or 2006, and I was actually the I organized officially the first PUA meeting in the world, like, invited basically to Croatia, all those guys, like, kind of Mystery Style and everybody else, like, back in the days from the Mystery Lounge. That was the first occasional meeting when I met him, like, and then when he was touring around and learning from the best guys, he picked like the mentors for different stuff, for inner game, kind of like for everything else, like, and then basically when he was learning direct, he came to me. So because I was like, back in the days, like, the one who brought up the whole concept of direct game and everything. So yeah, we did some coaching and it was really fun.
Oh, nice. So I think the book came out in 2005. Do you remember what year you met Neil Strauss?
I think it was 2003. Like, I think it was like, yeah, it took him like 2 years to write down the book, like, a year and a half to like, it was like 2003, 2004, something like that.
All right. This was touched upon a little bit in the book, The Game. You had some kind of accident when you were younger. What exactly happened?
Oh yeah, like, I would say actually that um, oh. So basically, now you mentioned Yugoslavia. During the Yugoslavia falling apart, and it was like, same thing what's happening now in Ukraine, pretty much like everybody had its own fingers here, like, whole world actually. And so Christmas night, 1994, I was basically on a terrace with my friend watching fireworks at midnight, like what we all did, But what happened, like, lots of people from basically, like, there was like, continuous war going on for 3 years. And then at Christmas, they said, okay, like, let's go home. Let's spend Christmas with our families. And Monday we come back to the fields and continue, like, the war. So they all basically pretty much all the soldiers, whoever was in the war, they gave them the guns to take them home just in a case. So what they did at basically at Christmas, they're kind of shooting in the air and basically I was on a Christmas terrace, the bullet went up, basically they're shooting like, with, I don't know, Kalashnikovs with stuff, and it hit me, basically the bullet like full parabola shot in the head. I was in coma for like, 2 weeks, and basically starting my life from the beginning. Like, I lost the whole left side of my body, so I had to learn how to walk again, how to talk again, and how to basically function. So I came back to the school pretty much in a wheelchairs. All my friends already had girlfriends. They started kind of hooking around, having fun. I was the most unattractive guy in the school. And basically that's where I realized, fuck, I'm like, I had to do something with myself. Like, basically, okay, that's like, later on in the years, basically my first club experience, I was walking, on a stick in a club and trying to kind of approach girls. And I was like, I mean, that event changed my life big time. It was like the most important thing. And I would say it led to many discoveries because from very early age, I realized, okay, I cannot compete with the guys on the looks and the body. I cannot sell the body and the looks to the girls. So I focused to everything else, to personality, to humor, to inner game, to character. Let's give them something else what other guys cannot. So from day one, I focused on not selling, money, look, status, but focus on the character, focus on personality, on identity, on basically being an amazing guy. Because I was you put 100 guys or 1,000 guys in front of a girl, and me there, I'll be the last one to pick. 3 years later, give me 3 minutes with that girl, I'll be the first guy to pick.
What a
And
turnaround!
that's
What a change!
yeah, and that's thanks to the game. So like, my full heart, I mean, like, the game and this community changed my life and gave me so much, and that's why I'm still kind of giving back even after 20 years. I feel passion to coaching because I know if I was able to succeed, I was able to go from a wheelchairs to being chosen as a number one, pickup artist on a planet Earth. Then I mean, pretty much everybody can do it because I didn't start from zero. I started from like a minus 50. I started from wheelchairs, not from a shy, insecure guy, from introvert. I started my journey from a wheelchairs.
Mhm.
So if I was able to do it, any guy out there can do it.
Yeah, that's perfect because there are a lot of guys who make excuses. They have fully functioning legs, they got fully functioning arms. There is really nothing wrong with these people apart from the fact that they're wasting their time on Reddit. What were you like when you first started doing game? Or in fact, before we jump into that, how did you actually find out about game in the first place?
Oh, that was like, many years ago. Like first days of internet. I stumble upon the old Usenet forums, news groups, out Seduction Fest. Do you know how basically how community was actually created? Do you know the
Um,
true story?
Maybe not the true story, but the version that
Okay, which
I
version do you
have
know?
been told,
Okay, tell
at
me.
least. So the whole thing apparently is that Ross Jeffries is the godfather of the community, and somehow that's how the
But
community
why?
started.
But do you know the backstory?
Maybe not. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, so Ross Jeffries, yeah, he went after the Milton Erickson. Basically, he studied NLP, and he wanted, like, now to commercially use his new knowledge of NLP, like, somehow. So basically, he created speed seduction, like, patterns and things. Basically, like, basically it's NLP in a form of, like, for old audio tapes and letters, how to talk with a girl. Can you imagine, you're on a roller coaster and you go up and you can't wait to go down, kind of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he had a forum, okay, like, and he did lots of ads back in the days, newspaper ads, TV ads, and lots of people came to the forum, okay. But kind of people like, I would say preschool, old school PUAs, kind of from a street, because he was like, okay, like, this is how you seduce a woman. So people came there, but actually, because I mean, there are many ways, not just kind of, there are many ways how to seduce a woman. They just kind of read poems and poetry and run NLP patterns on them. And so, of course, lots of discussions open up, and it was killing his sales. Okay. So what he did was very smart move. He went to like to news groups and he created like, alt seduction fast. He said, everybody, okay, if you want to talk about how to seduce a woman in any different way, go to this forum. Leave us, here we're only going to talk about my way. So accidentally, by actually kicking out everybody who wanted to talk about how to get girls, like he created like, the whole community. And basically everything was created there. Then like, I think 10 best of us isolate ourselves, like, to like, mysteries, like, lounge or somewhere, then underscore. And then like, we started, building things up. That's basically how the whole community was, the whole format was created. So I came when the Ross created this kind of alt seduction fast news forums, news groups. Maybe like, basically within the first year I was there, like, basically I was dating one girl, and I think back on the days on the Yahoo, I was like, how do you like, fix this girl? She has some crazy inner game problems that I was dating. She was on cocaine, and I had like, some stuff. So I tried to kind of to get her and to kind of help her and, do something with her. And then accidentally, found a forum. Basically, I was like, oh, fuck, you can get new girls. I'm trying to fix this one, fuck this, let me, let me go there.
It said in the game that people get to punch you in the stomach and yell at you saying, fuck you, bad boy. What was the deal with that? Was that like a random tradition or something?
Um, That was lots of guys had. I think it was one of my ways. I was trying to figure out how to. I mean, that's kind of me working with the shy guys, and I had guys they cannot say F word. No, I cannot say F word. I'm not say it. Fuck. Say fuck you. I cannot say it. Say fuck you, bad boy. No, I cannot say. Say fuck you, Dan. I was like yell louder, louder. So that's. I think it started from there. But I did lots of stuff like this. I mean, if you cannot say F word, how are you gonna, do anything with the girls? Because if a girls can feel your level of basically sexual comfort and how kind of if she feels you're uncomfortable with your sexuality, she's not gonna open up with hers. It's gonna be very hard for her.
And it's just
They
the
are,
fact that you're not saying a word. Come on, it's a word.
yeah,
You're having this block in your mind just for this tiny thing, and it's
yeah.
going to block a lot of other stuff potentially.
Yeah, and basically, and I found, and that was kind of thing I found because everything is inner game. I know from my thing, it's all inner game. It's all limiting beliefs. It's like I was on a search, on a conquest to find as many ways how can I destroy those blockages and those walls. So I think this from the book is just one example of many, many tries and fails. How to, now 20 years later, I found much more elegant ways how to destroy, anxieties and fears and those stupid, kind of mind games that people play than this. But yeah, it was just kind of my first days of learning.
Experimentation,
Yeah.
dance experiments.